Let's see. Okay, can you hear me now? Mic check one, two. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. LinkedIn, Facebook. Hopefully we can get that in. Good morning. If you here and you didn't hear me, I do apologize. Leonie, please tell me if you can hear me right now. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna put a note to begin at like 2 minutes into the broadcast, at least on Facebook, LinkedIn, on YouTube. Let me know if you can hear me right now on Facebook. Um, can you hear me now? Can you still hear me? I have a simple process for you. Why is it stopping? It said that my Yeti mic just stopped. Let's see if that is the case. Mic check one two one two. You guys, when I was in the media, I used to love to say that. Mic check one two one two. Too funny. Okay. I have a simple process today for evaluating everything from your year to your day to the month to the week that just was. It's a simple process, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But before we do that, let's get those confessions in. I am blessed and highly favored, above only and not beneath. And you say it for yourself. It cut out again and now it's back. Yeah, I saw something. So thanks for bearing with me. I don't usually have audio issues these days, so I'm not sure what's going on. But my trusted Yeti mic is here. Let me just put it a little closer, make sure everything's working. And let's see our confessions. I am blessed and highly favored, above only and not beneath, the head and not the tail. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I shall lend and not borrow. I have nothing missing and nothing broken. There. Sit in that reality for a while. I have nothing missing and nothing broken. Doesn't that just take the pressure off of you to be what you are not? Doesn't it take the pressure off of you to just simply be okay with who you are today? And, I have an article coming out where I'm talking about acceptance and the fact that when we first accept people for who they are, where they are, it is that acceptance that creates a safety for them to change. And it's the same thing for you. When you first accept yourself, okay, this is me. These contours, these curves, these extra pounds, this everything is me. When you start from that place of acceptance, all of a sudden there's a quiet, a serenity, um there's something that's so confident and so foundational that change, it ushers in change, it fosters change. More on that later in the new year, but for now let's talk about evaluation and how do you evaluate where you are and what you're doing. So you guys, I was talking about my podcast. I have a podcast called Basement Chronicles. You can go subscribe to it. I would so love it if you did that. Wherever podcasts are available, you will find it. You can also find it on my website, lisamdublin.com. You can go to the podcast there. If you follow me on IG, go to my bio and you can see the link to the podcast there as well. So you can go subscribe, okay? And in one of the episodes called Faith, Fitness, Fire, I was talking about how, like I've got a simple process on the morning most times that works for me. And it's really habit stacking. I just identified exactly what I do in the habit stacking. So it would have an element of faith, devotionals, like connecting with your spiritual self. And it would have an element of fitness because you need to take care of your body. And then there's also the element for me, which is writing or anything related to that, because I've realized for me, I think that is my superpower. That ability with words to be able to put them into different formats. Right now, speaking comes from having written stuff down, and the podcast comes from writing it out and writing the articles and the sales pitches and the emails that I send out and the books that I write. So that is my superpower. But here's the thing, for most people, yours might be perhaps making music, playing a musical instrument, whatever your fire is. That's what I call it. Whatever your fire is, most times, if you're not established in it, it is crowded out by just simply doing this, the normal things that just keep life going. Maybe the job you're in has nothing to do with the fire within you, with your calling. It has nothing to do with what you were absolutely meant to do. But do you have the time to stop doing the regular things to then focus on your fire? Most of us don't have that amount of time, or that quality of time. And so you have to force it out of your day somehow. And for me, when I attach it to my morning, some people separate it out. Like, I have a client who we just decided that we found out what her fire was, and but she doesn't have the time to do them all together. And so she's found a spot in the evening time where she's literally going to sit down and do the thing that is going to bring her the best returns, that when she does it, she loses all concept of time. What is that thing for you? That is your fire. And you should be finding and carving out time and taking time to pursue that thing. It's very, very important. And so, even in doing the evaluation process, I think it's very important to do three things. And here's my simple process, and I'll tie everything together, hopefully, right? Because, like, this morning, I've already done Faith Fitness Fire. I've already coached 2 clients. And so I'm on a high because we had so many wins. It's coming down to the end of the year. And for me, part of my coaching is being able to, like, sit. What exactly does this client need? Who are you? After you've put all your things together, everything you've told me, you've given the forms you filled and the tools I've given you to, work on, and you've given them back to me. When I now look at your stuff, who am I seeing? And they say that coaching is you and me looking at you. Okay. I think I heard that from one of Claire Pedrick's podcast. Claire Pedrick is a master coach that I follow so closely. I just love her work. I'm now reading her book, The Human Behind the Coach, and it's like, wow, everything I just want to put into practice right away. It's really good stuff. For somebody who has fallen in love with coaching like I have, and just want to be the best coach ever for my people. That's what I'm doing, where I'm heading, what I'm being and embodying even now. And so we go through that process, and that evaluation process is really meant for you to look at the things that matter in your life. Are you ready for the 3-step process? So you're going to ask yourself a couple questions. You can do it daily. You can do it weekly, especially coming down to the end of the year. It's something for you to look back at for the entire year and to decide. 3 questions. Are you ready? Anybody here? Hey, Christy, how are you? I'm saying hi to my people on Instagram as well. The first question you will ask, what worked? What worked? What has worked for you today? Since waking up, what have you done effectively? What has worked? Then you're going to ask the question, what didn't work? So, in any situation, if you're evaluating your day, if you're evaluating your work for that day, if you're evaluating even an interaction with somebody, you can apply that 3-step process. What worked? What didn't work? And what can I do better next time? What can I do better next time? Hey, Christy, by the way, I jumped on TikTok yesterday and I did my first video. So, you guys, here's another reason to follow me. I'm going to start separating out what I do. If you want to, like, get my updates, be inspired, I'm an older woman and, fairly in shape. So if you want inspiration that kind of way, I post a lot of the videos and pictures, working out and so on Instagram. So go at Lisa M. Dublin. You can follow me there, get inspired, stay inspired for the entire year. Like, why not, right? And on TikTok, please follow me there, because that is another aspect of me. That is the literary part of me. I'm getting into that because they say TikTok is definitely for writers and for authors. And that's where you not just advertise your books, but you speak about all things writing, all things literature. And that is right in my alley. So I'm like, what? What am I doing? So if you want to follow me on TikTok, I just posted my first video in a while yesterday and already got a couple of new followers. So I'm like, okay, That seems to be where the younger crowd is, and definitely people who love books. If you are a lover of books, you want to head over to TikTok, follow me there. Today I'm actually starting a series because I don't want to just read from my book. Like, that's self-serving. Let's help the people. Okay. So I'm literally going to be starting a series, 10 books that you should read in 2024, coming out of my reading from not just 2023 reading, but especially since the pandemic. I've really deeply taken into reading a lot of personal development books, perhaps even more than fiction, which I'm now getting back into. So I'll be posting every day for the next 10 days, 10 books that you should read in 2024 to help the people and to help you to win, no matter if you work with me as a coach, if you're in one of my programs, whatever, or if you just simply want to mill around and enjoy the free videos, Basement Chronicles on YouTube, that kind of thing. Okay. So here's our evaluation tool. What worked? What didn't work? And what will I do better next time? And like, I add a fourth question when I'm looking at the entire year. Are you ready for it? When you look back at this year, you guys, when you look back at what you did this year, what worked for you? And the question that I add, especially because I am an entrepreneur and some things work, some things didn't. And so I asked myself the targeted question to the three that I just gave you. What am I going to continue doing in 2024? Of course, that last question for any entrepreneur or business person is when you run the numbers. That's it. When you look at your numbers, where your money is concerned as a business person, what worked? Which programs brought in the most income? Which programs tanked? Which efforts worked? Which ones didn't? I know for sure overlying everything that I do, and that is, here's free advice for every business person out there. Listen, when I go out to when I deeply believe in what I'm offering, when I know that I know that I know that I can get results and I deeply believe it, there is an energy with which I market it. And because I'm a solopreneur, I don't have a big team behind me. Everything is done right here in my basement with me, my husband. Sometimes my children help out. That it's right here, right? And sometimes, I recently realized I don't like doing reels. No, yeah. So I tried one this week, spent like an hour or two. I was like, what? And the result was horrible. I sent it off to my VA, who I haven't used in a while, utilized her services in a while, and she got it done in an hour or less. Okay. In other words, this is not my forte. Just outsource what you can't do and what you would better be served, doing. If you'd better be served doing something else, outsource it, right? But don't waste time doing the things that don't. But definitely for me, I'm adding that question to my evaluation, which I'll be doing all of next week and I won't be on, is what am I going to continue doing? You look back at what worked in 2023 and you want to be like, I'm going to continue this. The market conditions are right. I've got the audience. Maybe I'm even now, working towards certain things. Then you decide how you're going to proceed in the new year. So the questions for everyone for your evaluation are: what worked? What didn't work? What will I do better next time? And especially if you are an entrepreneur or business person, you want to add the question, what will I continue doing according to what the numbers are saying? Okay. Anyway, I am on a high this morning, also because of the wins that my clients have been getting. Listen, I want to be your life coach in 2024. Like, you need to see yourself coaching with me in 2024. Do you feel like I'm doing some subliminal message here? No, it's not subliminal. It's right out there. I'm saying I just want to coach you in 2024. Come, let me coach you on whatever the problem is. I'm a certified health and life coach, and the reason that I feel so great this morning, apart from having already done my run, I've coached two clients already this morning. Yeah, like I like don't even go there, okay? My clients are all over the world. And so whenever it is necessary to do so, Lisa will coach them because the work will get done. Okay. But it's just the wins. It's just seeing clients get unstuck from coming in with in this case it was confusion about what should I be doing. And we're getting there. We're making plans. And you know when a plan is hitting, because you see the aha moments, and you witness just discovery quietly as that client goes through her thing right before you, because I coach virtually, right? And this win was very, very special this morning because it has so many implications for her future. And we got there after doing the work, after, this is perhaps like session number 8 or so, so we're like halfway there. And we're getting to a point of clarity that going forward, this is how I see myself. And then the next win, and by the time I had the next win, when I jumped on the treadmill afterwards, my goodness, I had no trouble running this morning. None. None. I was just so much on a high. Because if coaching is you and me looking at you, the results of that kind of targeted attention, customized solutions is this. I've been working with a client since I think 2021. And one of the things that I was holding space for her, holding space is a coaching term, you might know it, but it really is helping, keeping it open that you can believe, keeping the lines of communication and a space, the sandbox open for you to play in and for you to develop a belief in something, if I may. And that belief was, I'm a homeowner. I'm a homeowner. She kept on confessing it. We did the confessions. We do it every morning. And she went out to start to make it happen. And it wasn't easy for her. I called my client this morning, and I mean, she got the home like a year ago. So that happened. And it was not in the best condition, but she was a homeowner. And, she put me on video this morning, and to just see the way everything had evolved, she was in her home. And to remember where we started was she didn't have it, didn't know how she was going to get it. You guys, I'm telling you, like, if you have nothing in a certain area where a relationship is concerned, or material things are concerned, or even friendship or a good job, you know what you begin to plant? Before you plant anything material, you begin to plant belief. You begin to plant the words. You begin to plant the seed of, like, seeds are pregnant, okay? That's where we began. And to see that thing come into fruition this morning, I'm telling you, like, my clients make me run. I had no problem running this morning. So many wins coming from deciding to do the thing that my heart felt was right, which is coaching. Go get certified, go help people win in that way. So I'm going to be your coach in 2024. Hit me up, DM me, or send me an email, or where else? Like, follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, everywhere. Send me a DM. Get in touch with me, because this 2024 is going to be your year. And if I and you can look at you, the result is going to be exactly what you thought it would be. It's going to be better than what you have right now. Okay, folks. So count your wins this morning. Don't forget what worked, what didn't work, what am I going to do better? And then you can add that question, what am I going to continue working? Especially if you run the numbers and you see what worked and what didn't, then you know exactly where to put your pressure going forward. See you, and I'll see you in the new year. This is our last broadcast, our live stream, taking some time away for family and all of that, and I hope you are too. So have a great Christmas. Come follow me on Instagram for sure. I'll be going to the gym, so follow me on Instagram for those updates, and on TikTok for the book stuff. Okay, see you folks, and have a great